Guys, I don't know what's going on. I couldn't get access to my live, yo. That was just kind of crazy. It wouldn't give me access to my live, and I'm live, and I couldn't see my live. I couldn't get back into my live. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that was kind of weird. But all right, what's going on here? Yeah, that was crazy. So it's like I don't know. It's like I'm being shadow banned too. I can't even see my live, but I didn't have access. I was live twice, and I didn't have access to my live, so that's why I had to end both of them. I deleted it because I didn't have access to it. I couldn't get back into my own live. That was crazy. Interesting. Okay, but now I'm into this live now. Oh man, you say Max? I was wondering what happened. Yeah, I couldn't get my live back. I couldn't. I didn't have access to it. Nope, didn't have access to my live at all. You said I could see you in my feed. No, I deleted those lives. They're not on there anymore. I don't know, man. It's something crazy happened. You said, can you catch up on the transcripts? That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, hold on, man. This is acting up too, man. Damn, this is crazy. All right, let me go back. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to the beginning for a second. It says Garrett Ghost. Let's turn to the text message between you and Mr. Combs from November 2021. Do you recall planning to see each other? Jane said, yes, I remember. Garrett goes, in those texts, Mr. Combs asked you to be explicit, correct? Jane said, that's right. Garrett goes, and in response, you sent him sexually graphic message involving yourself, Mr. Combs, and someone you referred to as an entertainer. Jane said, yes, because that's what he wanted. That's how he liked to communicate. On Garrett goes, you both exchanged a series of fantasy messages. Eventually, Mr. Combs asked what you wanted to do, and how did you respond? Jane said, I wanted to spend time with my favorite person. Garrett goes, after that, did he ask you if you wanted him to come with an entertainer? Jane said, yes. Garrett goes, so did you agree to do that? Jane said, I did because that was the only option I was given, and I wanted to see the one I love. Well, that isn't the only option she was given. She don't have to do this. She keeps saying that she wanted to see the person she loved. So she should have said no if she didn't want to do it. So I don't believe her. So Garrett goes, I know I'm now going to read out loud a message you sent to Mr. Combs reading, I want to sit on your, now this is Garrett Ghost reading the text message. I want to sit on your face. Do you recall sending that? Jane said, yes, I do. Garrett goes, can you explain the context of that message? Jane said it was part of a sexual exchange. That kind of talk was expected. Garrett goes, in the messages, you also use the water drops emoji several times. What did that emoji suggest? Jane, it was meant to suggest sexual arousal or desire. It was part of the way we communicated. Garrett goes, Jane, in several of these messages, you describe in detail what you would do to the entertainers Mr. Combe hired for these so-called freak-offs. Do you recall those texts? Jane said, yes, I do. Garrett goes, were those your actual desires at the time? Jane said, no. Okay, then why'd you send them then if they weren't your desires? I don't believe her, man. She said, no, those were things that wouldn't have occurred to me on my own. Garrigo said, then why send them? Jane said, because that's what he wanted to hear. I was giving him options, trying to please him. It wasn't about what I wanted. It was about keeping his interest. Yeah, to keep getting his money. I don't believe this woman, yo. Straight up. I'm just telling y'all that. So Garrigo said she shouldn't be on the stand right now. What is she on the stand for? I honestly think she's not a victim. She wanted to do this because she was getting paid. So Garrett goes, Jane, let's talk about one of the more graphic messages you sent Mr. Combs. You initiated the exchange, correct? Jane paused, visibly uneasy. Before I answer, I just want to say this wasn't who I naturally am. Uh-oh. Garrett goes, go on. Hold up, let's stop. Let's read that again. Hold on, let's read it slowly. Hold on, y'all. I'm just putting my iPad on the charger here, so we got to read this slowly. So Garagos said to Jane, let's talk about one of the more graphic messages you sent to Mr. Combs. You initiated the exchange, correct? Now Jane paused, visibly uneasy. Before I answer, I just want to say this wasn't who I naturally am. Girl. You sent it. Don't sit up here and try to say you are who you are now. Nah, yo. Let's hear this. Jane, she said, I felt like I had to speak that way. I needed him to be happy. I am in 2021, really madly in love and wanted to please him and appease him. Bullshit. So Garrett goes, that's me saying it, Garrett. So this message, it wasn't about your own desire. Jane, no, I was being agreeable. That's what he liked. So I adapted. Guys, this is bullshit. Well, we ready for this now. We ready for the tea. We want to know what she sent. It's graphic too. They said it's graphic. You mean to tell me you said you want to sit on his face and you weren't down with that? No, I'm not down with that. I just want to be agreeable to please him. So she not a victim. She had a choice, but she wanted to please him to keep getting that money. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. And to be honest with you, that's just normal talk for couples. That's normal, to have them type of, to graduate to that type of talk. You said she just a desperate pick me through. No, she's not a 304. Real 304s will say she's not a 304. I heard that before. A real stand down 304. Says I'm a professional 304. I get money for my services. 304s, as they said, they are in control, not the trick. That's what they say. We waiting for an update, y'all. Just to let you know. She said, Garrigo said, so this message, it wasn't about your own desire. Jane said, no, I was being agreeable. That's what he liked. So I adapted. Yeah, all right, yo. All right, Jane. All right. She just trying to like save face now. She was down with all this. Her situation is different than Cassie's. But I'm telling you, man, these women took some work. But she did take a few for the team though. 4 people at one time. Lord, she took one for the team. Okay, here we go, guys. Gary goes, Jane, you offered to buy black matrix underwear for Mr. Combs, correct? Jane, yes, to please him. I knew it was something he'll like. Gary goes, so you knew what kind of language, what kind of gesture turned him on? Yes, yes, Jane, yes. But it wasn't real intimacy. It was just what he expected from me. Gary goes, did he often offer you one-on-one time? Jane, rarely. Most of the time, the option he gave me was him and Paul. Gary goes, and when you agreed to that. Yeah, she's manipulating Diddy. She's pretending to be somebody she's not. She's a manipulator. She manipulating too. If she went down with it, then what's she doing it for? For the money. Yeah, man, man, whatever, man. Here go Jane. I said yes because I wanted to see him. Meeting with an escort was my only option. I wanted to see my lover. Garrett goes, in some of the later messages, you brought up the idea of attending sex parties, correct? Jane said yes. Garrett goes, why did you initiate that? Yeah, why are you initiating sex parties? Here go Jane. Jane, Sean had been telling me about them. He said we should go to one. Garrigo said, so this was your idea or his? Jane, it was his. I was just giving him options, saying what I thought he would want to hear. She was giving him options. Bullshit, man. And you know the crazy thing is everybody falling for this bullshit too. Everybody is. Not everybody, but if you sit up here and think she credible, something wrong with you, man. So I'm just saying it, man. I shouldn't be talking like that, but oh my God, she was doing it for the money. Now all of a sudden she a victim. So Jane said Sean had been telling me about them. He said we should go to one. She said, "Was this your idea or his?" It was his. I would just give him an option, saying what I thought he wanted to hear. I agree. This is getting a little boring. We was expecting something different. They need Nicole Westmoreland, man, for real. Yeah, she's a victim when it's convenient for her. That's when she's a victim. And he's still paying her rent. The jury they should be thinking about that. Like she's still manipulating. What the fuck he paying? What is she still staying there for? Is she doing good on OnlyFans? Why don't you move out? She's a user and she's an opportunist. That's what she is. She's an opportunist and she's a user and she's no victim, period. Why she a victim now? Because she had sex with 4 men? No, she wanted to have sex with 4 men for the money. Yeah. It's like they're weaponizing the justice system on him. I hope Trump pardon him, yo. That's what I hope. I hope he get a pardon now. Because Trump said if he feels as though they're weaponizing this against him, even though he don't like him, even though Diddy don't like him, he'll still give him a pardon. I think he should give him a pardon, yo. This is a pardonable. This is a trial where he should get a pardon, straight up. This is bullshit at this point, man. This is like fooling with our intelligence. Oh, she's supposed to be a victim? No, she's not a victim. No, she's not. No, she's not. Cassie was low key doing it for the money too, and the lifestyle. She was doing it, and she had something to gain off it because she was a drug addict. So she wasn't trying to leave him. She said, "Well, who am I gonna leave him for? Because Jay-Z's married." See, they ain't trying to give up the lifestyle, man. So no, I'm not feeling none of this. I'm not feeling it no more. I'm tired of this. I hope he get a pardon. Yeah, she's a freeloader. She getting free rent. And the only thing I don't agree with is him putting his hands on her. But she put her hands on him first, though. She did. I'm not condoning what he did, but ladies, don't test no man. Do not put your hands on no man because you don't know how he gonna react. So do not test him. Okay? Do not test him. Do not put your hands on him. He shouldn't put his hands on you. Period. And that's the only thing I don't agree with, him putting his hands on her and he put his hands on Cassie. But these women stayed because he got money. That's what happened. And they were the drugs as a part of it, especially with Cassie. She went with Sean because of an upgrade, because she was with Ryan Leslie at first, and then she got with Sean because that was an upgrade for her. She wanted the lifestyle. You said, Max, that could be because she tired of all the beating she had before. That too. Now Cassie, like I said, her situation is a little bit more extreme because she was with him for almost like 11 years. But Jane, I'm not feeling Jane. Okay, so Garrett goes, did you and Mr. Combs discuss hiring escorts like Don and Cabral? Jane said yes. He often brought them up. Garrett goes, in fact, you reminded him that he wanted to save Cabral for a grand finale. You called it a showstop. You called it a showstopper, big boom, game over situation, didn't you? Damn. Called Cabral for a grand finale. You called it a showstopper. The big boom, game over situation. What the fuck? Yeah, they were just sick and twisted, man. Both of them were. She was down with it because she like, you know what? This is a lick here. I got me a millionaire. I'm gonna get all the money I can. She didn't love him. She just wanted all the money, and she was willing to do whatever she had to do to get that money. Because I know women like her. They go for it. Shit, if they got an opportunity to get some money and get a lot of it, she gonna do it. She don't have that alleged moral compass how we do. She don't believe in what we believe in. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm talking about. She doesn't believe in what we believe in, like God and all that. She don't. She has a different culture. If you know, you know. They don't think of sex how we think of sex. Just to let y'all know that. Where she come from. They don't. They will take one for the team to better their family. I'm just telling you that. So I know. I know. But I'm not gonna get into it. It's money over morals with their situation. Especially she gotta take care of her whole family in her country. Y'all forgot that, did you? She had to take she probably taking care of a whole village. And if that means that she gotta go out there and sock it out her pocket, she'll do it. Her situation's a little she's a hustler about hers. Okay, so and that means that she manipulating him to say she love him and that's her partner. She manipulating the court right now. All right, let's see what the update is. Jane, yes, I was trying to delay it, just making excuses to get out of something he was pushing me to do. Garrett goes, let's talk about the voice messages on November 22nd, 2021. Combs told you the last vision we had included Don and Sly, the entertainers you use frequently. Jane, that's what he said. Garrett goes, you replied suggesting he wait until after the album dropped. Why? Jane said, like I said, I didn't want to go through with it. I thought if I played along and just push it down the line, he'll drop it. Bullshit, he ain't gonna drop it. But you later saw on social media that he was with another woman. Jane said, yes, he told me he wanted to see me, but there she was, posting with him. Garrett goes, and in your text, you express frustration. Yeah, see, she wanted to be the main one. Right, he knew that she was playing him, and he was playing her. He was giving her money. Yes, it's money over morals with her. And she's still like that. She's still, because she do OnlyFans. She getting it by any means necessary. She getting it how she live it. See, women like this can manipulate people. I'm not manipulated by her. Just the way in court, you should hear how she speak in court. She speak all soft. Yes, Sean. I just wanted to please Sean. Talking all sweet and stuff. I ain't buying none of that. And women, they believe in her just because they don't like him, because they don't. Yeah. So Garrett goes, you said he pressured you for hotel vibes with Don and Sly, but spent the time with someone else, someone he brought a Chanel bag for. Jane said, exactly. I gave in to things I didn't want with strangers and still didn't get the same care or treatment. You hear it? Same care or treatment. She wanted to be number one. Garrett goes, Jane, Mr. Combs gifted you a Van Cleef necklace and a Bottega Veneta bag, didn't he? I don't even know what the fuck this all is. Jane said, yes, he did. Garrigo said, how much do Bottega bags usually cost? Jane pauses and sharply, how does my body cost? How much does my body cost? The judge, Jane, please answer the question. See, she being argumentative now. She's a effing gold digger, yo. Straight up. She a gold digger. I ain't saying she ain't with no broken, but I ain't saying she was gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broken. Straight up, she a gold digger, yo. Let me read that again. Garrett goes, Jane, Mr. Combs gifted you a Van Cleef necklace and a Bottega Veneta bag, didn't he? Jane, yes, he did. Garrett goes, how much do the Bottega bag usually cost? Here go Jane, pauses, then sharply say, how much does my body cost? Judge, Jane, please answer the question he was asked. See? I told y'all. I told y'all. You don't take up for nobody like this. And if you do, I'm questioning you. I'm questioning you now because that means you ain't street smart. Now, I meant some people not street smart. You don't know if you're being taken for a ride. She's taking everybody for a ride, yo. Okay, so it says, please answer the question was asked. 100. Garrett goes again, how much do a Bottega bag run? Jane said about 1,500 to 5,000 depending on the bag. Garrett goes, and do you know how much a Chanel bag costs? Jane said no. Jane quietly, I'll like a break. Look, now she want a break now. And the judge said we'll take a brief recess. See that? And people, if you people sit up there and believe her, that means you're not street smart and you need to listen to me. You need to straight up listen to me because I show you how to survive in these streets and get street smart. I'm street smart. I'm book smart and street smart. She is lying. I'm telling y'all this. Yeah, she was a hoe. Straight up. She a hoe. But the only thing is I'm not disliking her, but she lying though. I think she lying. I'm not disliking her. You know what I'm saying? But I know she trying to play games. She trying to run game on the court, yo. Now she want a break. I like to take a break. Come on, man. Now, how much does a Bottega bag cost, y'all? What the hell is a Bottega bag? That sounds expensive. And what's a Van Cleef necklace? Let me look into that. Let me go to Chat GPT. How much does a Van Cleef necklace cost? Let's see. It's thinking. Even Chat GPT, like, what the hell? Okay, Van Cleef retail prices go from approximately 1,500 up to around 162,000 for house jewelry pieces. A pendant, 18 karat gold, 6,400. Yeah, they're different prices. Entry level is 1,500 to 3,000. Popular new styles, 6,000 to 15,000. High jewelry pieces, 16,000 to 162,000. Pre-owned, 1,200 to 27,000. Typically 3,000 to 20,000. Like I said, Jane is lying, yo. Now she need a break. No, I mean, I would get her a Gucci bag. She worth the Gucci. But she trying to sit up here and say something else, though. I would just want to please my partner. Okay, you could have said no, though. You could have said no. But you needed that money. That's it. Yeah, half that designer stuff you can get in China, man. Yeah, Gucci, you listen, you go to China and get the Gucci, man. Guys, I found a spot where you get all bootleg Jordans, and they look just the same as regular Jordans that I wear. I'm about to get all bootleg from now on. Right up, straight up, all bootleg Jordans. The only issue I have though is my feet hurt in certain shoes. I need the real joints because my feet don't hurt. My feet never hurt in the real joints. My feet never hurt. And I wear my shoes, you know what I'm saying? I wear mine, you know. Um, only ones I don't wear is my most expensive ones. I don't wear those because I can get robbed for those. Those I don't wear. Like I don't wear them. If I wear them, I'm just straight up in the car and getting back in the car. Like walking down the street, I'm not wearing those. They worth a lot, because the price went up on them. And I remember it was a bunch of kids in the courthouse. I don't know. They must have had like a outing or something. All of them were looking at my feet, every last one of them, because my feet is real big, so my shoes stick out. They all were looking. They all just immediately went to my feet, all of them. And one of them, they stopped and looked because I had the what you calls on the Space Jams. They all paused, and one dude, he stopped and looked at him. I think he took his phone out and took a picture. Yeah, man, they all still into them shoes, and then they look at us like, damn, aren't we too old to wear them? No, we started the trend. What you talking about? I'll be an old man still wearing Jordans, still, because we started the trend. Yep. Only thing I can't wear though is them Tims. They hurt my feet. Them constructs hurt my feet, man. I don't care what nobody say. Them joints hurt after a while. So I'm about to get them, but I'm gonna try to see if them bootlegs don't hurt no more. Cause I will be getting me some. Just for me, styles, I'm not into styles. I'm just being comfortable. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm just doing what I do. That's it. Them Tims hurt, man. Let me see if they back. Cause they took a brief recess. The person that's giving the update said that was quite an exchange between Garagos and Jane. Garagos insinuated that Jane was consensually having sex with other men and gladly accepting designer bags. That's true. She was, yo. See, Jane is worried about her image because everybody know who she is. Everybody know, and she know that. She gon' people gonna wait till this is over with. People gonna be really looking at her sideways, man. But see, here's the thing with her. I still I still like her though. I do. Because she was only hustling. I'm not mad at her hustling. I'm not mad at her hustle, but just don't sit up here and lie to us and say that's not what you were doing. That's my only grievance with her. I don't look at her no different than from what she was doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. But don't sit up here and act like it's something else now you a victim. She's a hustler, and where she come from, they'll do whatever they got to do to get that money to protect their family. They would. They'll do what they got to do, fam. You said pros have to make their money. Yeah, in other countries we'll call her a pro. Yep, she's a pro. You said that is not protect. Yeah, protecting the family means she got money, meaning that in her country she can buy homes and all type of shit. She'll have status in her country. Oh yes, she has status. She come back a millionaire. She got status. It don't matter how she got the money. They don't care how she got the money. Yep. Even pros are not looked down upon in their culture. They not, because they got to get money. It's things is dire over there. She like, look, I'm beautiful. I got this body, and I'm gonna turn it into some money. She from the Philippines, born and raised. So her mentality is different. Not saying they all think that way, but the ones that's hustling like that, that's how they think. They get it by any means necessary, and the more money they get, the more status they got. Straight up. I know for a fact. I never been to the Philippines, but I've been to Thailand. Them girls about their money. And when you go over there, if you go to a certain area, they look you up and down, and they do a quick assessment on the guy and see if he's worth it or not. A quick assessment. If you over there and you speak the language, they look down upon you, especially if you're a Farang. If you're a Farang and you speak the language, that's how they know they can't mess with you. That means you've been there before and you know the game. But they know that you fresh off the plane because you ain't got no deep tan. Yeah, she taking care of her family over there, Ryan. And she got status over there. Trust me, she do. They don't look down at her. She got status. You said their mom was a pro. That's how they got here. Yeah, man. It's. I don't look down at them on that. I don't look down at them on that. See, that's how I know. I don't look down at them on that. Because that country is dire. It's either you have money or you don't. So some of them they have to do what they got to do, and they're not looked down upon. They're not. They're not. But they got to take care of their family. And trust me, she's not looked down upon. She's looked at as a star. You said this is a waste of a beautiful woman of mine, but not really. But I mean, she had to do what she had to do. You see what I'm saying? I'm not knocking her for that. I'm just knocking her for sitting up here telling a different story. And let me tell y'all something real quick. She didn't care nothing about them Van Cleef necklaces and the Gucci. She wanted the money. Because anybody tell you, if you go over there, they don't want your gifts. They want money. Because with the money, they save their money. You know what they do with their money? They save their money and buy property and buy businesses. So they won't have to do it for long. Yep. And it's shown the game when they're young on how to manipulate Farangs. They shown the game very young. They shown how to do it. And then when they get to a certain age, which is 18, they go out and get the money. Straight up. And then it's like a cycle. Then their mother retire and they got their own house and their farm animals and they making money. But they don't look at it how we look at it. It's family help. They're very family oriented. They will take care of their family by any means necessary. They will. Look, she's a young woman and she went out in the world and going to get it. Her family loves her for that, I'm telling you. But see, it's value. He didn't see the value in her. I see the value. She could have helped him. They could have did something with this, like on the low low. They could have had a whole entertainment company that nobody knew about and could made millions. And they could have hosted these kind of events with people with money. All they had to do was rent out a hotel, right? And only invite high scale people with money and have just a big ass freak off. He could have made a lot of money, but he only saw it for himself though. And he could have added her. That means she don't have to be in the freak off. She could have helped host it. You see what I'm saying? And gave her half the proceeds from that just so she can come up. She will love him, man. And let me tell you something, those women, they're very loyal. She was loyal to him. I believe her when she say that. That's her partner. They do believe that. Like if she's with him, she don't want to see no another man. But if she would do it for him, but she really want to just be with him. That's how they are. They're very loyal. And let me tell y'all this. You think, I'm a middle-aged man, this and that. Over there, they don't see it like that. If I got something to give, they don't give a fuck about my age. They could be 25, 28 years old. They don't give a fuck about my age. But I better not go cheat on her. They don't believe in that. I'm telling you all that. I'm telling you. They don't believe in you cheating on them. Like, they believe in building. You see what I'm saying? So she wanted to build with him. That's how she was raised. Trust me, I know. He didn't know that, though. He didn't know that. He had a loyal woman. Let me tell you something. He had a loyal woman. He didn't know it. He had a very loyal woman. And she was older, too. See, he had a benefit because she was older. So she was more mature than when he met Cat, because Cassie was young. This woman didn't want to be on, but she did anything this up. You remember, when she says on the stand, I'm doing it to please my lover. She meant that. I believe she's not lying about that, because that's how they raise. But he was supposed to give her some guarantees. He was supposed to give her status, because in her family, if her family found out he was treating her like that, they would look down upon her. They would look down upon her if they found out she didn't have status. So that's why she trying to lie and stuff. She don't want this getting out. That's why she went by Jane Doe. I'm telling y'all this. She didn't go by Jane Doe for us. She went by Jane Doe for people from wherever she's at. You see what I'm saying? You said stay in Jersey ain't worth the drive and headaches. Take the 3 hours. Well, I heard today it's like that, Sir A. Jones. Are you over there now? Because everybody telling me to stay home. Are you over there now? How is the driving over there if you know? It ain't worth it today. I'm telling you, especially if it was raining and stuff. It's not worth it. You said these women don't understand once they do all the freaky stuff. He doesn't. Yeah, but she didn't see it like that. She didn't see it like that. She thought that, okay, I got me one, and I'm going to do whatever he want, and I'm going to be his woman. And she would have been loyal to him. He had a good woman. He did. He had a good woman. I just don't like how now I kind of understand why she acting the way she do, because she don't want her family to find out. However, he had him a good woman, yo. She was a good woman, for sure. That would have been a woman that would have had his back no matter what. No matter what. You know what he should have did? Listen, I'm going to give you $10 million not to testify. I guarantee she'd have went back home. She would have went back to the Philippines. And you know what he should have told her? Go back to the Philippines for now. Go back to wherever she from. What do you call it? Thailand. Go back to Indonesia. Go back to Bali. You get what I'm saying? Go back to Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to France. You see what I'm saying? Like, go to France for a year. Don't come back here. Name another country that's desirable. Go to Italy. You know what I'm saying? Go to Italy for 2 months. Yeah, that's what I mean. Go somewhere and hide out. And she would have done that. He had a good woman, y'all. She's a good woman for him. He just didn't know it. I know, because I've traveled. And I'm not saying that against any other woman, because you have some good women out here. But the problem is the women, especially in the United States, they have to do it for themselves, because there's a lot of men out here that ain't shit. So they have to take on the role as a man and woman out here. Yeah, that's true, celebrity. But well, she could have went to Kansas. Ain't nobody checking for you in Kansas. There's for several places to hide out in Kansas. I mean, technically she's not hiding. You can't hide from the government. But I'm telling you, straight up loyal. See, guys, when you get to be that age, if you find a woman that's loyal, you need to just stick with her. That's it. It's over with. You ain't 20 no more. You're not in your 30s no more. Okay? And for him, he's not in his 40s no more. Will you please find somebody to settle down with, sir? Please. Pablo, okay, see, Pablo trying to call me out. He said, have you been to Walking Street? Pablo, many times. Well, wait a minute, Pablo. You ain't say the other street. See, that's between me and you. See, I noticed you ain't say the other street. Okay? You didn't say the soy. Okay? Don't say it. That's between me and you. Don't say it. And then Pablo, for the men that like other activities, they go to soy and a half, if you know what I mean. But we talking about the other soy. Look at Pablo. He said, "Oh shit." See, Pablo, yeah, okay, that's between me and you, Pablo. But you, let me tell you something. These guys over there talking about you can't find a good woman on the soy. Bullshit. You can find a loyal woman. You sure can. You can find them in Brazil, especially if you want your sister, go to Brazil. Hell, you can find loyal women in the States. You see what I'm saying? But you got to talk to them. You got to get to know them. Because women in the States, they don't been through wars and back. So they want to make sure. They got to put you all through all type of checks and balances. Okay? Trust me, I live long enough to know. So we ain't got to talk about that. Yeah, you got to settle down and you get older. Especially you find somebody loyal. I'm guys, hold on one second. I'm trying to get y'all an update. Hold on. I have to go back to when they took a brief recess. So let me start again. That was quite an exchange between Gary. Okay, they're back. Gary goes, Jane, you earlier testified that your current home is quite different from where you used to live. Can you remind the court how large is your current residence? Jane, it's about 5,300 square feet, 5,300 square feet, much larger than my old apartment, which was 1,400 square feet. Garrett goes, and one of your businesses was started with a $20,000 investment from Mr. Combs, correct? Jane said, yes, that's correct. Garrett goes said, and he never asked for a share of the profits. She said, no, he didn't. Gary goes, yet earlier you said you weren't able to do anything professionally during your relationship with Mr. Combs. Is that still your position? Jane said, yes. She's lying because he gave her $20,000 investment. She said, I had not dove headstrong into that relationship, I probably would have been more successful in the time frame. Gary goes, so the relationship held you back? Jane said, in many ways. I had not dove headstrong on this relationship, I probably would have been more successful in that time frame, but that's neither here nor there. Now, when she said that's neither here nor there, I know what she mean by that. So she's still getting, the house and all that. So she said it's neither here nor there. Okay. This woman is off the hook, man. Like, for real. She is off the hook. Waiting on an update. Now, it's 3 something now. I told you they might be going to 4 o'clock. You said, what happens if he's convicted? Do her bills still get paid? Probably not. It probably, because the government going to try to take everything. Because I bet you that apartment is in his name or his company's name. But she making her own money now. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's doing well with OnlyFans for sure. Because you got to think about it, in the entertainment industry, there's not many men they could choose from that have that kind of status like Puff. I mean, there's Kanye out there, there's Jay-Z, there's Nas, but Nas ain't getting into it like that. It's hard to reach him. They're not going to reach him. They have to be intellectual to reach him. Who else they got? They got a few actors, but ain't nothing like Puff, though, the way he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's the big fish for the women. He was the big fish for women that wanted to go that route. Because like Cassie said, Jay married to Beyonce. He off limits. Like, who the hell she gonna date? You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. Unless she gonna go after a football player, and they crazy. The football players are crazy. So you don't want to go where you gonna go to the basketball players. They're already taken. So you're gonna have to share a man. You're gonna have to share them because it ain't that many that go around. You got to share them. Just like what's her name? She tried to land Kevin Gates. Now they got a divorce. They only been married 2 months and got a divorce. He just wanted to have his fun with her. So they messed around and got a divorce. Why? Because Kevin don't want her like that. She got a pass. You see what I'm saying? See, what she didn't realize was Kevin is a lot smarter than he comes off to be. He's really smart. And she wasn't taking his money. That's just what it is. So now they got a divorce. So who the hell she gonna go with now? I'm talking about Brittany Griner. Who gonna pick her? Nobody. Let some stupid basketball player come along or football player. But other than that, it ain't nobody. She got to go back to the regular space. She's not gonna get a billionaire. The only way she gonna get a billionaire unless she is willing to have free calls, because they all be having them. Telling you, man, I know the game. Like with Puff status, and he a brother too. He was very rare. because she wasn't going to reach the 1% because they not messing with her. They all married. They not messing with her, man. I'm just telling you. And even the ones that's not married, she not reaching them because they do arranged marriages. If y'all don't know, people still do arranged marriages over here. You know what I'm saying? So she not the only person she see when she got Puff. That's a big fish. Like damn, she caught Puff, yo. She don't caught Puff. So like who else she gonna catch after Puff? Jay, he married. Nas, nah. Nas on some intellectual type shit. You know what I'm saying? And Nas is richer than Puff and Jay-Z. Y'all just didn't, did y'all know that? He's richer than both of them. Multi-billionaire. But nobody knows that his company is worth billions. She don't know that. See, these women didn't know that. But he's on some intellectual type stuff. So I remember it was this video with Cassie sitting on Puff's lap. They were at an event and Puff was having a moment sitting there chilling with Nas. You could see her looking at Nas out of the corner of her eye. You could see it. She was checking him out. You could see it. Puff didn't realize it. I saw what she was doing. She was like, damn, I'm with the wrong one. That's what you could tell that's what was going through her mind. I'm with the wrong one. But she thought that Puff had more money than Nas. That's not true. So I know she'd like, damn, I didn't know that. She probably like, I didn't know that. Yeah, he do have more money. He just don't talk about it. Did you know this about Nas? He was the only rapper that didn't get buffaloed around in his contract. Go ask MC Search. Because MC Search told the story. Nas didn't get taken advantage of because he knew the game already. He was the only one. They couldn't outsmart him because his dad already taught him the game. Okay, so it says court has adjourned for today. Jane will still be on tomorrow. Judge Submarinian says court will resume at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Damn. Hold on. Hold on. Judge Submarinian said court will resume at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So court ain't gonna start tomorrow till 1 p.m. Damn, so I can really sleep in tomorrow. Court ain't gonna start till 1 p.m. tomorrow. So that's good. I ain't gonna have no traffic. I can leave here at 11. So tomorrow is at 1 p.m., y'all. Can you hear me, Rachel? You said pass and hurt. Sat, you gotta delete that. Hold on. Let me delete that. You can't be naming them because the feds watching. Yeah, man. I don't. Even if I was like in the entertainment industry, I don't want no woman in the entertainment industry. I want somebody outside the entertainment industry that none of the entertainers has been with. I don't want to walk in a room knowing that somebody been with my woman. Nope. I'm getting somebody y'all don't know about. Somebody regular degular. See, that's what made Kanye go crazy. Yeah, tomorrow's her last day testifying. You got to get her off the stand, dog. we got to get Jane off the stand now. I think Jane tired. Jane done with this. Yeah, Jane is done, but she's a very important witness, though. Yeah, but Jane is done. She gonna be done tomorrow. But it's crazy, man. You said you heard Ye pulled up to the court today. I didn't hear that. I heard some people got kicked out of court. but I don't have confirmation on who it is. I heard they kicking people out. Yeah, they said record resume tomorrow at 1 p.m. So definitely I'll be there at 1. So yeah, man, she'll be off the stand tomorrow for sure. And I think that rapper she was talking about that flew out to Vegas and she said she saw somebody having sex in the hotel room. The entertainer her and Puff hired was having sex with somebody in the hotel room while they were all watching. I think that was Ye that she was with. Because I heard allegedly he's into that type of stuff. So this whole thing is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy, 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 bro. Crazy. But we'll see what happens. So let me see if Inner City Press is all right. See if he gave an update on why he can come back to the courtroom. No, he didn't. Unless he didn't feel well. I know his face looked red. Maybe he didn't feel well. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he come back tomorrow. But he didn't look. He might not feel well. So anyway, guys, I'll be back a little later. I will catch you guys in a second. All right, y'all. But I'll definitely be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. when court start. I'll be there live. You said wasn't Nas an early investor in Ring Doorbell? I know he made some strong investment. Yeah, his investment companies, Ring Doorbell and Uber and Lyft. It was him and a group of friends of his. It was three. It's four other. It was three. It's four of them. Two Indian brothers and Nas and yeah, they knew him for a long time and they started an investment group together. And they were early investors in startups and Twitter. Yeah, he don't make billions of dollars, man, and nobody knows it. I know it because Forbes talked about it, but you don't know it's him because it's not in his personal wealth. His company wealth, his investment company, is worth billions, and they still invest in startups. So he's technically he's richer than Puff and Jay. He actually, he's actually a owner. She's a shareholder and stuff. They are too, but they don't own that liquor like you think they do. And I don't think Nas invested in liquor. And he just stay out of the way. He's not really into that whole crowd. When they had those whole black excellence and all that, Nas wasn't there. Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah, Nas is a smart one. Like, he didn't really go around those black excellent brunch Rockefeller dinners. He never did. You never see him at none of them parties. Never. He just do his own thing. He just be chilling. He don't want to be, because he don't have to. He roll with other people. You never seen him at a Puff White party either, ever. Never seen him there. You never seen him at one. Never. Yep, you just never see him. And richer than both of them, dog. Like low key, like he just he out of the way. Anyway, guys, I'll be back a little later. You said he was married to Crazy Kellis. And you know how they found out he was so rich? Because of the child support he was paying her. They was like, wait a minute, how rich is this dude? And it's not hurting him? Yeah, he a billionaire. All right, y'all. I catch